For decades, enterprise software has relied on a specific illusion: plug and play. You buy a sophisticated tool, you press a button, and the safety guarantees are presumed to be the builder's problem. The European Union has enacted a legal framework that shatters that assumption. The AI Act creates a hard boundary between the provider, the entity that builds the software, and a new category called the deployer. A deployer is anyone using an AI system for professional work under their own authority. If your business uses AI to screen resumes, evaluate credit, or triage patients, you cross into this territory. You are no longer just a customer. Your legal responsibility for the machine's behavior begins at the moment of activation. Under this law, purchasing a high-risk system makes you the party accountable for its real-world consequences. Article 26 outlines the daily reality of this accountability. It begins with the manual. You must operate the system strictly within the boundaries of the provider's written instructions. Then comes human oversight. The law requires a trained person inserted directly into the decision-making loop. This supervisor needs the ability to act. They must have the authority to override the AI's output or stop the system entirely, rather than simply recording its results. This person serves as a safety catch. If a risk to health, safety, or rights is detected, you are legally required to suspend the system and alert the authorities. Every action leaves a footprint. Deployers must preserve automated logs for at least 6 months, creating a durable record of what the machine was doing. These duties transition a company from a passive consumer into a vigilant system supervisor. Transparency requirements extend deep into the organization. Before activating a high-risk AI, employers must formally notify their workers and any union representatives that the system is live. This applies to the public as well. If an AI is making or facilitating a decision that affects a citizen's life, like a mortgage approval, you must inform them directly. For sensitive sectors, compliance requires a specific multi-step process, the Fundamental Rights Impact Assessment. This is mandatory for public bodies, public service entities, and firms in credit or insurance industries. The assessment follows a 6-part structure. First, document the internal processes the AI touches and its frequency of use. Next, identify every effective category of person and calculate their specific risks. Finally, document human oversight and the exact mitigation measures ready to trigger. This framework legally forces a deployer to calculate human harm before the algorithm makes its first decision. High-risk AI is now regulated under the same principles as heavy industrial machinery. The legal division of labor is clear. The provider is responsible for building a safe machine, but the deployer is responsible for steering it safely in the real world. Compliance means keeping a trained hand near the off switch and maintaining a rigorous log of every operation. It requires acknowledging the machine's role to everyone downstream whose fate is touched by the algorithm. The AI Act removes the safety net of the passive consumer. In the age of high-risk AI, only active, accountable operators remain.